How y'all doing? I have some gripes, complaints about me and how I go about this. So, I upload a video, talking about the NFL teams, and I've been doing this for like a month and a half. So, on the Jacksonville Jaguars video, I'm gonna say this: all the Florida teams have very hard fans. I will say that, because if you're not 100%, as you can see on the screen, they're here. So I wanted to address two things. One, from now on, if there's an issue about what I said, or you feel like you have a better point that I made, or I'm just completely wrong, I'm gonna make a Skype call, and then you're gonna have to come on and explain why you feel that that's the case. Because I'm not gonna go back and forth with nobody on the internet no more, because I just did it in my Colts video, because some dude thought that the Indianapolis Colts wide receiver core from this past season was better than the Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver core that went to the Super Bowl. I wish I was lying, and I'm not doing this ever again. I'm not doing this again. So, I'm not doing this no more. So what I'm gonna do is let people come on and explain their takes. So I feel like I need to respond to both of these, because they are on my video, and I'm not afraid of criticism. But when I feel like some criticism is wrong, I'm gonna respond to it. So this person didn't even watch the video, so I can't even tell you what I did wrong. But the three people, bless him, who agree, cool. But this Mark James right here, if I didn't do my research, so I've since done my research, right? He said Miles Jack was average, and then they was bringing in somebody who was better. But I'm gonna pull up something. So this is the Pro Football Focus linebacker rankings and tiers. Now, the two guys that he mentioned were, I don't want to butcher his name, Foye Olokun. I'm sorry if I butchered that, and Damian Wilson. Now, Damian Wilson isn't on this list. Damian Wilson plays for the Carolina Panthers. He ain't on this list. That's one thing. Two, Foye, who he brought up, is ranked 2 spots ahead of Miles Jack. And I thought it was hilarious, but he brought up tackles, right? He led the league in tackles, I give you that, but also gave up 81% of his passes thrown his way and missed 17 tackles in all. He had a run defense grade of 44 and a pass coverage grade of 54. That's not good. So, and the reason why I'm referencing Pro Football Focus is this is the metric, or not metric. This is what even NFL broadcasts use to put team information out there. There you go. There's no term for that. But the guy that you mentioned was 2 spots ahead of Miles Jack. Now, I get it if you feel like Miles Jack was average, but then you brought in somebody else who was just as average, who just had more tackles. So, I mean, it is what it is. You're right about Miles Jack not being as good, but at the end of the day, he's been playing ever since. He was pretty good with Jacksonville when he went to the AFC Championship, and then when the team around him fell apart, his production started to drop off as well, because there's not as many. Other than Josh Allen, nobody's really scared of. Other than the Colts, nobody's really scared of Jacksonville. The team going to Duval is different. There's not that many teams that are sitting around like, oh no, we're scared to play the defense. So that's that. His next point. This is what really bothered me. The drafting Travis Etienne. So I thought it was hilarious because he mentioned great running back duos. And my response to that is, how good is the Jacksonville offensive line for you to pass up drafting other needs to draft another running back when you had a running back who came off an 1,000-yard season. Let's look. NFL offensive line rankings. How good is Jacksonville's offensive line? Again, Pro Football Focus. This is going into the season. This just came out. This came out on June 13th. 9, 10, 11, 12. Not there. 13. Not there. 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 They are ranked 26th in the league out of 32. But you felt the need to draft a running back. Running back is not a position of need for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But drafting Travis Etienne when you have a plethora of other holes that need to be filled was the thing. I think Travis Etienne is a great talent. I just don't think he was best fit. The scheme that y'all about to bring in anyway with Doug Peterson, if it's based on how he last left Philly, it's not going to be used as much. He's not going to be the whole split running back thing is going to make a difference, because the year that the Eagles went to the Super Bowl is a year when Doug Peterson used 4 running backs in the game. Doug Peterson got away from that, partially because of management, but Doug Peterson got away from that. So I don't know if you're going into the season with the expectation that Doug Peterson is going to run the football as much as he did when we went to the Super Bowl. I hope so. Then that way we can see Travis Etienne. But I seriously doubt that's the case. And then on top of that, the offensive line is good. So you were in the bottom 6 of the league as far as offensive line goes. This is why I have a problem when this is why I have a problem when people respond. You listed off 2 great teams. You listed off Nick Chubb and Kareem Jackson. Let's look at where the Cleveland Browns are as far as offensive line. They are second ranked as far as offensive line. You know the Philadelphia Eagles that you mentioned. Wait, did you mention the Eagles? Kareem Jackson? Yeah. And even then, none of these running backs were drafted in the first round. If you look at all the great running back tandems or groups, there weren't that many running backs that were drafted in the first round. So the Eagles, we drafted Miles Sanders in the second round, and then everybody else was later in the draft. Kenneth Gainwell was like a 6th or 7th round pick. Let me see. Kenneth Gainwell, 6th or 7th round pick. Where is it at? 5th round pick. Kareem Hunt. They traded for Kareem Hunt. Nick Chubb got drafted in the 2nd round. And Nick Chubb is a rarity because he has an offensive line and a system that prides itself on running the football, partially because their quarterback was meh in Baker Mayfield. But you get the point. So, even the Baltimore Ravens. Where are the Baltimore Ravens at on this list? They should be pretty high. They lost a lot of pieces. But that's 17. Well, that's because, people retired or left. So that's a little bit different. But they're still going to be able to run the ball. This 17 will be higher by season's end because of how well they run the football. So, Christian Kirk won't see $84 million unless won't see unless he's playing an elite receiver. What? Unless he's playing like an elite receiver. If not, after 2 years, he can get cut with no penalty. That's still a bad signing because he's going to sit on the verge of, maybe he is pretty good. And it's going to get to a point where he's sitting on the verge. And you be like, okay, maybe we could keep him, maybe we won't keep him. And then what? You going to pay him? So you just destroyed the market for him. You overpaid. But, I'm not always right. I feel like I need to put it out on video about everything that I say. But again, if you have an issue with what I'm saying, and you feel like there's a different means, I'm gonna start hosting a Skype call, and then people can start explaining that, or a Zoom call, and then I'm gonna have people start explaining their points. This comment is going to bother me. It's the same reason. I mean, because why not is a horrible metric. You have so many other hosts. I'm done. So yeah, I'm gonna start hosting a Skype call where people can explain everything, because I'm not finna go back and forth with people on the internet no more. I'm just gonna host the Skype or a Zoom call, one of those two. I'll host it, and then people can explain their comments, and then I'll go from there. So for those that have been watching, I appreciate you for watching. I'll figure that out. But I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.